Welcome to another edition of Dirty's Top 10. 2016 was an odd year. By odd, we mean someone opened one of the 7 seals of the apocalypse and started to rush in the end of days.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
But towards the end of it, things got really, really weird. Namely for musicians.
Boy, you getting way too high, you need to cut.
Namely for the man of the moon. Of the moon, that's what you have.
My name is DJ Caslow. I'm the only DJ that travels the world and don't really DJ. Hey!
He was highlighted in the public eye, tied in the media with some of the biggest names in music. But just how was he tied into it? Why did people even care? Like niggas say, try hard shit? Really? Really? Really?
Oh, that's okay.
It was something incoherent, so we're gonna skip that.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip your face off and wear it on my birthday. So eyebrows.
Cudi, along with the help of Kanye, embraced and opened up a lane for individuality in a field where it was only acceptable to be just like everyone else.
And Ye being right here and being like, we even, you know what I'm saying? And that, it takes a motherfucker like that, you know what I'm saying? To you know, open doors, open new paths.
And since this is an attack of the clones and no one else wants to be, what is it, Jabba Fett? Jabba Fett. It's not Jabba Fett. It's not Jabba Fett. It's Jango Fett. Thank you. Why the fuck did I have a game back in the day, but I forgot his name that quick? But I was always more of a Star Trek girl anyway, so I don't even know what we're saying about that.
What you do? You drugged me.
Here we've laid out our collection of 10 songs that resonated with us the most by the most famed lord of the sad and lonely, Kid Cudi. With this track, we take a dive into Cudi's groovy fantasy over the ambient Father John Misty sample.
I'll admire from afar, star. Keep doing all the great things you're doing. You got it going on, young lady. Jesus Christ, girl. You got it going on, young lady.
You like in college, and you in somebody's dorm, but you a chick. I know most of y'all ain't chicks, but if there's some women out here, y'all probably understand the struggle. And you chilling with a nigga, you think y'all cool, you think they're friends, and then this nigga start playing this song, and you like looking over to the side, like, is this some type of subliminal message? And it is, and it's real awkward, real quick. I am not guiding you to manhood if you don't cut that shit out. But that's what that song was like. Oh my God, it's Wayne State all over again.
I like to tell people I don't even know if I believed half of the shit I wrote. You know, like when I made Pursuit of Happiness, I was hopeful for happiness, but I was in such a dark place that song for me was more of a nightmare more than, you know, supposed to be a happy, uplifting song.
Crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit, feeling lit, feeling right, 2 a.m. summer night.
Coming in at number 9, we've got Pursuit of Happiness. Every artist has music that defines their signature sound. Kid Cudi is an artist who makes music that connects with listeners who ever feel alone and without hope and need to refill their prescription of Xanax. I know I'm amongst you all.
I became obsessed with, you know, all the greats that could have possibly been dealing with the same thing psychologically, you know, and then I dove into Morrison and Hendrix and then Kurt early on and got obsessed. It's like I became invincible. And that was, the Rager character was a real thing. I'm off on the adventure.
We're good. This is dedicated to all the kids like me. Wherever you are.
It's like a carnival acid trip through a forest. Have you ever been to electric bars? Yeah, so it's like being literally high.
Started to make music. I was like, man, I want to make songs for people that don't connect with some of this shit. You know, I want to fill in that gap. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want to speak on behalf of just the average kid in America that's just young and trying to figure it out and passionate and looking for love and looking for something real.
Hey.
names High and Low Helm the First Man on the Moon projects as two of his best. They are untouchable and unfuckwittable. All Along finds us exploring the depths of Cudi's isolation.
When the days change, so does my attitude. I'm messy at home. I eat a lot of junk food.
Before someone goes, nah, this was a Wizard song, fuck off. We know. You know. Everyone knows. Please don't go in the comments calling me that bitch who didn't get shit right. It's not necessary. Don't be trying to dox me and ruin my life.
It's like a dream to me. All the things that I see. Starts from something small. Yeah, I am the man now.
The Dream Time Machine takes the listener on a spiritual odyssey, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, but without all the love and happiness. There was like absolutely nothing rock inspired about the song other than it being psychedelic.
The whole motivation is just bringing authenticity back to the forefront, bringing real content, bringing real emotion, the realness.
Look at me, you tell me just what you see. Am I someone whom you may love or enemy? Am I speaking?
It's almost as if Cudi told Emil, produce together the most lonesome mixture of sounds you can possibly conjure. It's his science. It's like the Black Cauldron. Cudi musters together this musical masterpiece that makes your soul weep.
I don't make hip hop. I mean, I do, but it's subtle and it's fused with a bunch of other things. It's not just rock. It's not just alternative or indie, whatever you fucking call it. It's nothing.
It's music.
It's just good sounding shit.
And in an instant, there was hope. And you feel it. All of the positivity and the hope.
Soaring, it's disallowed. I should've bet my daddy proud. A little nigga with a sacred smile. On top of the dreams is where I'm bound. Some figured I was Satan bound until I came back with a style I found. Then all of a sudden they fixed their faces, cause of who I know when the trailer places.
For a moment, you see what's underneath. All of the anger and the sadness and the isolation and the self-harm. And it's really breaking a shell. And it's one of the few Kid Cudi songs to do so. And when he does it beautifully.
You know, I had the Talk Boy joint, like the one that was in Home Alone 2. The whole singing thing didn't hit me early on, but my mom, you know, she kind of peeped it.
Yeah.
And my mom used to come in my room and hear me in there like, I can go on for days, but I couldn't go on for weeks. Yo, she used to be like, what are you singing? Like, I was like, I don't know, man. I heard my sister bumping this shit.
Coming in at number 2, we have Kitchen.
3.
You said cause we blast you?
Wanna find somebody to trust and lay low, but it seems they all on the same mission. You wanna find somebody to trust and lay low. If you can't stand the heat of my love, and stay out the kitchen.
Listen to it. It's like falling into Kingdom Hearts. You know the intro for the original, just take it out. He said, let's make a movie. Plain Pat, what up? We was real gentle on it. We were like, Beyonce is nice. Sun shines out of her ass with rainbows and unicorns coming out of her vagina. They like, cause I swear to God, Kid Cudi fans are really on that level. They will try to dox you. They will try to dig up some porn you made when you was 17 and ruin your life, send that to your job.
I made the statement that hip hop is one of the most judgmental genres of music ever. You know, it's not just based around like the music in hip hop. It's like I sit back and I look at all that, and it's kind of just like, I understand my purpose at least. Dream on. Dream on.
In 2007, Cudi laid down the makings for what he penned to be his then album opener, Bigger Than You. According to the song's producer, Mill Haney, they cut the track the first day they met. This serves as the beginning of Cudi's career and as a stylistic identifying song that represents his ethos.
Man, I'm so comfortable here. Why should I head to a place where people live in fear? Standoffish to really hear something they can really feel, but see I'll never get. Why the earth is a puzzle that I'll never fit.
I embraced it. I embraced the fear, the danger. I enjoyed the fact that I was going in uncharted territory. It was like a sense of wonder for me. It was nothing like saying like, yo, I'm gonna go out and pursue something and I know I'm gonna do it and nobody's gonna tell me I can't. And everybody that doesn't believe it, I'm gonna prove it to them sooner or later, and that's just what it is.
It's the Kid Cudi Thesis. If you're somehow somebody who doesn't quite grasp Cudi's music, that he's just some sad, weird guy with no purpose and tight pants, this song vividly paints us the prequel. Since you know, the first two albums serve as part 1 and part 2 of some trilogy. He's an outcast, forlorn, and perhaps maybe one day, they'll all hopefully understand.
They can't comprehend or even come close to understanding him. I guess if I was born, they would love me more. Guess if I was simple in the mind, everything would be fine. Maybe if I was a jerk to girls, instead of being nice and speaking kind words.
Outro, everyone loves an outro. Cudi, please link back up with Emil, please. He's the 40 to your Drake, the Mike Dean to your Kanye, the Key Wayne to your Big Sean, the Metro Boomin to your Future, your Do I Need to Go On? Yeah, and please. We desire with every piece of our being intergalactic love connection to deep sleep. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Jordan. We really do appreciate you noticing our good production value.
And I'ma do what I do, so do